I've recently been asked a little bit about my knitting style and how I managed to pick up so much speed. I knit with what's known as, I suppose, the thrown method or the English method, where I hold the yarn in my right hand and the knitting in my left. But the biggest difference with the way I work is that I don't actually lift my right hand off the knitting as I work. So I'll just show you how I set my knitting up here. I get my yarn and tension it around the small finger and hold it like this. I get the other needle here, and then as I'm working, I'm going to do that again there so you can see it properly. Wrap it around and then hold it like this. And I also always slide my stitches right up to the tip of the needle like this. So as I work, you can see I actually sit my right needle on the crook of my right thumb here, so it gives it a good bit of balance and stability. And as your work is increasing in size, this thumb sits behind the work. So if this was a large bit of knitting, as I'm working, it'll sit like this. You won't really see it with what I'm using here because it's just a small piece of knitting. So I hold these needles on to a certain extent, these stitches on rather, with my left finger here so that I can keep them right up the tip for fast working. I sit my right needle in the crook of my thumb here and then use my index finger on my right hand to loop the yarn around the needle. Then I actually get my left hand to work a bit here and lift it up and over and put it off. And the reason for the way I've actually developed this knitting style is so that I can pick up some speed, because I'm trying to minimize the amount of movements. And also by minimizing the movements, you're going to get less repetitive strain injuries and things like that, because you're not doing any big motion, because throwing normally works like this. And it's an excessive motion that's not needed. So I'll just do a few stitches so you can see how I lift over, lean back, knit in like this, and I'll just pick up a bit of speed so you can kind of see how this works as you speed up a small bit. A little bit easy, more difficult to do this on camera, but you get an idea of how I work like this. And so the idea is just to get your two hands working well together in rhythm in a comfortable position. There you go. That's my knitting style, I suppose modified throw style.